Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be discussing an important topic that affects us all, gender equality. From harassment and assault to discrimination and toxic masculinity, these issues are prevalent in our society. In this video, we're going to be talking about why it's important to challenge these harmful behaviors and attitudes, and how we can all work towards creating a more equal and respectful society for all. Whether you're a man, woman or non-binary, this video is for you. So sit back, relax and let's start a conversation about how we can all make a change for the better. Top 10 Worst Behaviors Men Makes and Women Hates. Number 1, Harassment and Assault. Harassment and assault are serious crimes that can have a devastating impact on the lives of those affected by them. It's important to understand that these behaviors are never acceptable, and that those who engage in them must be held accountable for their actions. Number 2, Gender Discrimination. Gender discrimination is the unjust treatment of individuals based on their gender. This can take many forms, including being passed over for promotions, not being paid the same as others in similar roles, or being treated differently in other ways. Number 3, Objectifying and belittling women. Objectifying and belittling women is a form of sexism that demeans and devalues women as individuals. This behavior is unacceptable and perpetuates harmful stereotypes. Number 4, Disrespecting boundaries and consent. Respecting boundaries and consent is crucial in any relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic. Everyone has the right to say no and have their boundaries respected. Number 5, Gaslighting and manipulation. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse in which a person manipulates another person into doubting their own sanity. This is a serious and harmful behavior that can have a devastating impact on the victim's mental health. Number 6, Mansplaining. Mansplaining is when a man explains something to a woman in a condescending or patronizing manner, assuming that she does not already know about the topic. This is a form of sexism that diminishes a woman's intelligence and expertise. Number 7, Using derogatory language and slurs. Using derogatory language and slurs is a form of hate speech that can be deeply hurtful and offensive to those targeted by it. It is important to be aware of the impact that our words can have on others and to use language that is respectful and inclusive. Number 8, Enabling toxic masculinity. Enabling toxic masculinity refers to the tendency of some people to excuse, overlook, or justify harmful behaviors and attitudes associated with traditional masculinity. This can include things like aggression, dominance, and a lack of empathy. Number 9, Failing to acknowledge and support intersectionality. Intersectionality refers to the ways in which different aspects of a person's identity, such as race, gender, and sexual orientation, interact to create unique experiences of discrimination and privilege. Failing to acknowledge and support intersectionality means overlooking the unique experiences of marginalized groups. Number 10, Refusing to take responsibility for one's actions and their impact on others. It is important to take responsibility for one's actions and the impact they have on others. This means recognizing that our behavior has consequences and being willing to make amends for any harm caused. It's worth noting that these behaviors are not limited to one gender and should be discouraged in all individuals. It's important to raise awareness of these issues and work towards creating a more equal and respectful society for all. Here is a 10 tips will help you to be better men against women. Number 1, Be aware of your own biases and attitudes towards different genders and actively work to challenge and change them. This may involve educating yourself on issues related to gender equality and actively listening to and engaging with perspectives that differ from your own. It's also important to recognize that biases can be unconscious, so it's important to be open to feedback and self-reflection. Number 2, Understand and respect boundaries and consent in all interactions, both romantic and platonic. This means understanding that everyone has the right to set their own boundaries and to have them respected, and that it's important to obtain explicit and enthusiastic consent before engaging in any physical or sexual activity. Number 3, Listen actively and strive to understand the perspectives and experiences of others, especially those who may be different from you in terms of gender, race, sexual orientation, and so on. This means actively seeking out diverse perspectives and being open to learning from them. It also means being willing to acknowledge and learn from your own privilege and the ways in which it may shape your perspective. Number 4, speak out against sexism, misogyny, and other forms of discrimination when you see them, whether they are directed at yourself or at others. This means being an ally and using your privilege to advocate for marginalized groups. Number 5, seek out education and resources on topics related to gender equality, consent, and healthy relationships. This includes reading books, watching documentaries, attending workshops, and engaging with online resources, among other things. Number 6, practice empathy and actively work to understand the perspectives and experiences of others. This means putting yourself in other people's shoes and trying to understand their experiences, even if they are different from your own. Number 7, use inclusive language and avoid using derogatory terms or slurs. This means being mindful of the words you use and the impact they may have on others. Number 8, acknowledge the ways in which different aspects of a person's identity, such as race, gender, and sexual orientation, can interact to create unique experiences of discrimination and privilege. This means understanding how systems of oppression intersect and how they may shape an individual's experiences. Number 9, take responsibility for your actions and their impact on others. This means being accountable for your behavior and being willing to make amends when necessary. Number 10, be willing to apologize and make amends when necessary. This means recognizing when you have caused harm and being willing to take steps to make things right, whether that means apologizing, making restitution, or taking other forms of action. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that it has helped to raise awareness about the importance of challenging harmful behaviors and attitudes towards gender equality. Remember, we all have a role to play in creating a more equal and respectful society for all. Whether it's speaking out against discrimination, educating ourselves on important issues, or practicing empathy and understanding towards others, we can all make a difference. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Until next time, take care and remember to be an ally.